Aloha, uh, this is my presentation, and I've decided to present on Yo-Yo Ma. And just a little background information about Yo-Yo Ma. He was born in 1955 and he lived in US. His parents migrated from China and to Paris and then to United States. This is where his career was furthered, and he became a well-known exclusive Sony classical artist. And in that picture you see a cello. That is an instrument in which he is well known, and he is just an awesome celloist. And I've decided to present on the theme of preparing the future by reaching towards young audiences. And on a note about Yo-Yo Ma, one of his main goals was to exploration of music as means of communication and as a vehicle for the migration of ideas across a range of cultures throughout the world. This goal of his was reached by him appearing on children's TV shows, and he really used those shows as a way for him to explore music and to introduce music and its varieties to the young generations, which are of course the future musicians that will make changes to the music making of the world. And so there are three main children's shows that he appeared on, and he taught really unique and significant lessons in Arthur. That is a most recent cartoon, and then there's a really old one known as the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood Show, and then a worldwide well-known show, the Sesame Street. I think everybody knows about that. So the next slide is about a survey that I did. I went out and just asked the students that I met on the hallways at school at BYU about their interests in the classification of music that they enjoy or like. And from the results that I received from that survey, of their answers was mostly their classification of music that they enjoy or like is influenced by Western music culture. These are some of the common answers that I received: is that hip hop is the deal, classical music is boring, R&B is the beat, Elvis Presley is grandma's music, it's all about the fast beat and the blasting bass to dance to, Bob Marley is the jam, jazz is okay when it's a good selection, and many more. They also named their favorite artists, music artists, and for example Bruno Mars, Celine Dion, all these different modern artists that I've heard them quoted. And so from those answers, it helped me realize that the Western music culture really affects the classification of music interest within the generations nowadays. And in relation to Yo-Yo Ma, his appearance on children's shows really helped the young generation to be introduced to the varieties of music and how they don't have to refer to classical music or the different genres that they're not used to listen to. Is they're not bad kind of music as we think they are. They're not boring, they're not this and that or any different. It's just it changes as you are introduced to those different kind of genres. And so we're gonna watch Arthur and Yo-Yo Ma appeared on this children's show, and we will learn such a wonderful lesson that Yo-Yo Ma teaches the young audiences through the children's show Arthur.
Came! Now tell them that wasn't real music. Well, I thought it sounded pretty exciting. What was wrong with it, DW?
Well, Arthur was just banging the table. That wasn't music.
He was? Arthur, could you do that again? Bang the table like you did before?
What? Like this?
That's it. Just keep it going. You hear that beat? All music begins with rhythm.
That doesn't sound very classical.
It's actually an old Texas fiddle tune.
Cool. But some music's gotta be better than other kinds.
I don't know about better. And anyway, why do you have to like only one kind of music? Do you like just one kind of food?
Yes, she does. Yes, I do. But there have to be some rules so you can tell what's good or bad, right?
The only rules in music are based on what people like to hear, and those rules change all the time.
So does that mean you're not gonna fight each other?
Not today. I was wondering if we could play something together.
As a matter of fact,
So here in Arthur, we learn that the rules of music and how you like it changes every time as you are introduced to different genres of music classification. And another example of Yo-Yo Ma appearance in children's show is in Sesame Street, and watch that clip.
Yo, mama, man. That is hard to say.
when I was asked to do a number of things on television, it was the Rogers, it was the Sesame Street, I'm most proud of some of that work. A fiddle is a violin. You play the violin. And this is a cello. And a cello, you sit down to play it. I'm very proud that I knew Elmo before he became a superstar. Elmo was a budding violinist. Well, budding is maybe a little strong, but he was playing a scale, and he was going through, and on the seventh note, couldn't quite get there.
You're supposed to breathe like this. Okay.
Let's do it. Another one. Another one. I helped them through that. Thank you, Big Bird. We will perform for you the Beethoven Quartet for two honkers, dinger, and cello. If you can actually enter into the world of a child, it's really their world, and that's forever.
And so here in this clip of Sesame Street, one of the things that Yo-Yo Ma mentioned in Arthur said you don't have to like only just one kind of music. And so here, different instruments or different kind of music, if you change the way you play, or it kind of relates different music genres, relates different languages in different languages to different people. Not all people are the same, and so they interpret it. They interpret the music they hear differently, and so the messages that are portrayed through these music are very important, and that's why it Yo-Yo Ma presenting to a young, vast variety of audiences is very important, because as he said, this, for children, they will be able to remember this for forever. Here we are also, it's also showing Elmo. He's a well-known character in Sesame Street, and so if one of the children will see Elmo and they really idolize Elmo, they would want to be like him and play the violin and be able to introduce their life as a young age to that kind of music, and that and different genres of music that focus on violin playing. And another example of Yo-Yo Ma presenting in children's shows in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And so we'll watch this video clip of Rogers.
Yeah. Hi, Fred. I'm glad to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you. Like you know my television neighbor? Hi. Ma. Have a time to visit? Sure. I just heard you playing while I was waiting to come in. What was that you were playing?
Oh, that was some Bach, the end of a Bach suite that I just was trying to warm up, get my fingers moving.
Well, when you play, I'm sure you have a lot of different feelings. And as you played as a child, did you ever play happy things or sad things or angry things just because you wanted to?
Oh, sure. I mean, there would be times when playtime, you know, I was play if I was happy, I know something. So many moods with too, and by the time I accumulated a repertoire of pieces, I just played it. One of my favorite was The Swan, which was. That, and there were just many moods. And this was obviously a very peaceful, tranquil mood.
You were really angry?
Sure, and there's one piece I know that I love to get into was this piece.
So we see from that presentation, just as one of his goals is for him to explore the different things that music represent, and music is a form of expression. Music really expresses how people feel emotionally, and just the examples that it was given in that show is when music can express the feelings of anger, the feelings of being at peace, and happy feelings, and so forth. And so in conclusion, from those children's show that I had presented in my presentation, Yo-Yo Ma in his career as a musician has really impacted a multicultural audience that are key important to the world's music in the next future millennium. Introducing varieties of music changes opinions for those who are not introduced or aware of other genres of music making. Yo-Yo Ma really plays a big part in worldwide music, and it's just so significant because of allowing himself to step down and work with young audiences. And so through here, I'm sure that him appearing on those children's show really affected other children around the world, because you know that Sesame Street is well known. I remember watching that back home and gluing my eyes to the TV, and I've learned from Sesame Street some of the songs that I came to that I've been introduced for the first time was through Sesame Street. And so the theme of Yo-Yo Ma introducing the variety of the classification of different genres of music was well executed, as he step down